Hello, Pittsburgh Steelers fans. I'm Jake Steel City Thompson, and welcome to Steel Pulse, your #1 channel for everything black and gold. Today, we're diving deep into a story that's stirring the hearts of all fans. Aaron Rodgers is already turning heads in his very first practice with the team. Before we get into the news, don't forget to hit that like button down below. It's quick, free, and really helps our channel grow. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that bell so you never miss the latest updates. We're not kidding when we say Aaron Rodgers has become the talk of Steelers training camp. Yesterday, during the first day of mandatory minicamp, Rodgers took the field and literally shocked everyone with his arm strength. Reporter Richie Walsh from KDKA was there and said something that made every fan smile. He still has an arm. He's throwing with speed and power, even 30-yard passes with a zip. That's important because, let's be honest, a lot of people doubted whether he still had that spark after a rough year with the Jets and a serious Achilles injury in 2023. But the man is 41, a four-time MVP, and about to enter his 21st NFL season. That alone makes him living history. Oh, and speaking of history, he's set to surpass none other than Ben Roethlisberger in total career passing yards this year. Yep, we're talking about a legend moving into 5th place on that list. For the Steelers, this acquisition is critical. After years of instability at the QB position, they're betting big on Rodgers to reignite the offense and bring the team back to the playoffs. Will it work? The answers are beginning to show in practice. Speaking of rebuilding, let's shift our focus a bit to the team's future. One name that's been gaining traction in pre-draft analysis is Malik Nabers, wide receiver from LSU. From what we've heard, the Steelers have already scheduled meetings with his agent and attended some of his evaluation sessions at the Combine. Nabers had impressive college stats, 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns last season, plus a 4.37-second 40-yard dash. He's exactly the kind of explosive target that could perfectly complement Rodgers' arrival. Remember when Rodgers had Davante Adams in Green Bay? That's the type of player the team seems to be looking for to reignite the offensive flame. On top of that, Malik has great yards after catch ability and is extremely reliable in clutch moments. If the Steelers decide to invest a high pick in him, he might just be the missing piece to turn the offense into a scoring machine. And to wrap up our news segment, there's a hot rumor going around NFL circles. The Steelers are reportedly interested in a possible trade for linebacker Lavonte David from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Despite being 31 years old, David is still one of the best linebackers in the game. He's a leader, he's smart, and he has experience in complex defensive systems, something Mike Tomlin loves. Sure, he's getting older for a linebacker, but his production is still solid and could bring more consistency to the Steelers' defense. The Bucs are in rebuilding mode, so they might be open to moving veteran players in exchange for future draft picks. If this trade goes down, it would be a huge boost for the Steelers' defense, which needs more leadership and backfield pressure. Of course, involving draft picks always sparks debate, but for a player of David's caliber, it might be totally worth it. So folks, what do you think? Backhand index pointing right, will Aaron Rodgers truly resurrect the Steelers' offense? Backhand index pointing right, would you like to see Malik Nabers in black and gold? Backhand index pointing right, do you think Lavonte David is the answer on defense? Leave your comments down below. Your interaction is what keeps this channel alive and connected to the true Steelers spirit. Today, we're diving deep into a red-hot topic that's been making waves over the past few weeks. Rumors that the Steelers might have their eyes on Chris Olave from New Orleans, in a potential deal that could shake up the entire NFL. Plus, we'll talk about the future of TJ Watt, some promising draft rookies, and much more. So hang tight, kickoff is coming. Before we get into the first play of the day, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get alerted every time we drop new content. It's quick, it's free, and every interaction from you helps us keep bringing the best Steelers coverage straight to your screen. Speaking of major decisions, let's start with TJ Watt, the beating heart of the Steelers' defense. According to Albert Breer, Watt's contract has been a hot topic of internal discussions within the front office. Let's lay out the facts. TJ is 30 years old, or turning 30 in August, but still plays like one of the best pass rushers in the league. In 2024, even while battling injuries, he recorded 8 sacks and led the team in tackles for loss. His career average? An insane 12.5 sacks per season since 2017. But his current salary, around $23 million per year, weighs heavily on the team's salary cap. So the big question is, should the Steelers extend TJ Watt, or is it time to rethink the structure of the defense? If it's up to the locker room, support for the captain is 100%. But from a financial perspective, a contract restructure might be on the horizon. And this is crucial because, if the Steelers are really going all in this season, with Aaron Rodgers possibly in the mix, they'll need the defense to stay elite. And no one embodies that better than TJ Watt. Now shifting gears to the draft, and the team's next stars. The Steelers hold several key picks, especially in the first round, and they've been scouring the country for talent that fits the team's identity. One name that's been gaining traction recently is J.C. Latham, offensive tackle from Alabama. Why? Because the Steelers urgently need to protect their quarterback of the future, whether that's Rodgers or Kenny Pickett, and Latham might be the right guy for the job. He stands 6 feet 6 inches, weighs around 310 pounds, and has experience both at left tackle and along the interior line. He showed off his power at the Combine, and Steelers coaches have already met with him in person several times. Another interesting prospect is Dallas Turner, also from Alabama, a linebacker with strong pass rush ability. With Watt aging and Alex Highsmith working to take on a bigger leadership role, Turner could be a natural future replacement. Those are just a few names. But the truth is the Steelers are looking for young players who can bring both immediate impact and long-term value to the team. And now, let's talk about the bombshell of the day. The Steelers may be targeting Chris Olave from the New Orleans Saints in a potentially massive trade. Yes, you heard that right. According to recent reports from Fox Sports, following Derek Carr's retirement and the Saints' uncertain future, Chris Olave has made it onto the list of potentially available players. And the Steelers are interested. Let's look at the facts. Olave is only 24 years old, one of the fastest WRs in the league, and averaged 16.3 yards per catch in 2024. He's under contract through 2026, making him financially viable. The Saints, coming off a 5-12 season, are at a crossroads: rebuild or continue with their core. Enter the Steelers. With the potential arrival of Aaron Rodgers, this offense needs reliable weapons, and Olave could be the perfect complement to George Pickens. He'd be a WR1 or WR1B, depending on how Rodgers settles in. Of course, it won't come cheap. The Steelers have draft capital for 2026, and speculation suggests they might offer a first-round pick plus other assets to seal the deal. Would that be a risky move? Yes. But if the goal is to seriously contend for a Super Bowl, upgrading at wide receiver might be worth the price. And for New Orleans? If they're looking to build for the future, cashing in on a valuable player who might not want to stay makes perfect sense. So, Steelers Nation, what do you think? Would you be on board with a trade for Chris Olave? Is he worth a big investment? Should TJ Watt stay in black and gold, even with a financial burden? And which rookie would you most like to see land in Pittsburgh on draft night? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, subscribe, hit the bell, and share this with your fellow Steelers diehards. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of Steel Pulse. Go Steelers!